This is the year of AMD. What's up guys, Andrew here on my channel GearedInc, where I get to share what I'm passionate about with you. To my channel, that's PC Tech, Games, and Gear. Today we're going to be talking about a bunch of AMD news, but quick shout out to everyone who supports my channel. I've been on a hiatus for a little while. I'm taking care of some family stuff, finishing school. There's a bunch of things that have been going on, which is why my content hasn't been as consistent. So I apologize to everybody, but I really do appreciate your support. Let's talk about today's topic. So there's a ton of cool AMD stuff coming down the pipeline. I can't wait. This year, they have seriously dominated them. If you don't believe me, certain countries, they're outselling Intel right now 5-1, which is pretty crazy considering where Intel used to be. Now, this is obviously just in the consumer space. We're not talking about servers or anything like that where Intel continues to dominate, but it is finally great to have some real competition because that means more value for us, the consumer, which I'm all about. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the new CPUs coming out from AMD, specifically the 3500 and the 3500X. So these two CPUs are for the mid-range target. We're talking $150 or less. And it's very interesting because in leaked benchmarks, we're seeing them to compete or outperform the 9400 and potentially 9600 from Intel, along with some impressive performance matrix for things like wattage and TDP. What makes this specifically interesting is that it's a 6-core, 6-thread processor without simultaneous multi-threading or hyper-threading on the Intel side of things. So you're going to be losing 6 threads essentially if you go with this over something like a 3600. But there are a lot of people who honestly don't need those extra threads. This would still be more than capable of doing gaming, even light streaming and editing. And so I think it's going to be a crazy good value. I'm excited to pair it against the 3600 and see what it can do. Supposedly this is going to be announced or be coming out in the next couple of months. My guess is obviously before Christmas, maybe right around time for Thanksgiving or Black Friday. Now, the other CPU I want to talk about really quick is the 3950X. Now, this CPU has been delayed into November, and I believe it's for a multitude of reasons. One is that the 7nm process, there basically are shortages right now. If you don't believe me, the 3900X, you can't find it brand new basically from a, or it's really hard, I should say, to find brand new from a retail. They're all way expensive because there's a bunch of third parties who are buying and reselling them. So in terms of 7nm die, I think that there's definitely a shortage in terms of production. The other thing too is that I think they've been trying to iron out a lot of the issues that they've been having with the BIOS, specifically all the boost stuff. I personally updated mine to the ABBA, the new one that's supposed to fix like boost clocks. I've noticed lower voltages, lower temps, better boost. I may be a unique case because if you watched recent videos like the ones over at J2Sense, you would know that obviously this is not the case across the board. So update the BIOS at your own risk. I am actually experiencing better performance with, again, lower heat and wattage, but your mileage may vary. Now the 3950X, I'm gonna make a crazy speculative guess. It's gonna perform in gaming relatively the same or a little bit better, and it's gonna have better multi-core performance. I know, crazy, right? Guys, if you guys are expecting the 3950X to be an outstanding performer over the 3900X, I really think it's going to be almost the exact same, except it'll have better multi-core performance because it has more cores and threads. So if that's important to you, I would say wait for it. Obviously, that's $750, I think the target price. If that's not as important, you don't need that many cores or threads, buy what's available right now. There's a ton of good CPUs to choose from. So that's in the AMD CPU side of things, but let's talk about GPUs. So recently, it came to attention that we're going to be potentially getting some mid-range GPUs, specifically 5300. Now this is a 4 GB of its to be believed GPU, which is interesting in that, I mean, I understand kind of the ultra budget target that you would go for, but 4 GB of VRAM is a little bit short for modern gaming if you're going to be playing at 1080p, especially if you're going like ultra setting. And so this would definitely meet more like of a budgetary mind, although obviously having competition even at the lower end of the market is a good thing. We got a little bit of a rumor leak a while ago that there's going to be potentially 5800 and 5900 from Navi. However, if those are in fact GPUs that are going to be coming out, I wouldn't hold your breath that any of those are going to be releasing this year. Most likely we're going to see those into 2020. As far as I don't think AMD is going to have anything to compete with NVIDIA at the very highest end of the SKU anytime soon, with the 5700X probably being, or 5700 XT I should say, probably being the most advanced GPU you're going to see out of AMD for the rest of the year. That's just my guess. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick news video. I enjoyed making it. If you did, go and leave me a big thumbs up. If you thought it was horrible, leave me a thumbs down. Remember to get subscribed and hit that bell icon so you know when these videos drop. I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I'm actually going to probably make like an Instagram video and kind of have you guys vote on what you want to see. Because remember, all the money that goes in my channel, I either give back to you or it supports me through paying for things like editing software, music, because I pay for a license for all that stuff. And so on that note, thanks to my Patreon and Twitch subscribers, you guys make the channel happen in a big way. The monthly wallpaper for Patreon this month is going to be the Elder Scrolls. Very excited to see what the artist is going to do. Also, thanks to everyone who uses my Amazon affiliate link. Again, this money supports my channel. And so it's more important now than ever because I'm completely self-funded. Usually I pay for stuff out of my own pocket, but your support supplements that. Thank you to everyone who continues to do that. And anyway, I'm going to continue to make these videos whether you watch them or not, but I hope you do. And I hope to see every single one of you next time here on GearedInc.